Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video I will show you in ASP.NET after login how to change or update the user existing password using C# coding. Login page charan@gmail.com 1234. The password is login. After I log in successfully, now I am redirected to welcome.aspx page. Check the old password is enabled and the new password and repassword and the button control are disabled. Now I am entering the old password 1234. When I click tab, see the new password, repassword and change password are enabled. New password and repassword 11111. And the repassword I'm giving 5678. The new password and repassword both are not matching. When I click change password, passwords are not match. So I'm 111111 is my new password. Change password. And here we got the message password updated successfully. Let's check my table. The password is changed or not. Now the password is 1234. I'm executing the code. See? The new password is 111. If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. In my previous videos, I have showed how to create the complete custom login and logout page with the display profile image and username on a master page using sessions. If you have missed those videos, at the end of this video tutorial you will get a link of those videos. Let's log in. charan@gmail.com. The password is 1234. Login. After I log in successfully, I redirect to welcome.aspx page and notice there is a profile image and the user email ID on the master page with the logout link button control. Now my aim is in this welcome.aspx page, I will create a update password form which contains 3 text box controls, 1 button control and 1 label control to display the message. Let's start the coding part. And this is the coding part. We have just seen the output on the browser. This is the login page. After I log in successfully, I am redirecting to welcome.aspx and I am passing the variables to welcome.aspx page using sessions. Let's switch to welcome.aspx page. After h1 tag, I am adding the controls, 3 text box control, 1 button control and 1 label control. Old password. Here I am adding the text box control. Go to toolbox. Come to bottom, text box control. I'm copying the text box control. I'm adding div tag, new password. I'm pasting the text box control, repassword. Now I'm changing the text box IDs. The text box 1, the ID I'm changing to text box old password. The second text box is a new password. And the repassword. After that, I'm adding 1 button control and 1 label control. Go to toolbox, button control and the label control. I'm changing the button label, change password, and the ID I'm changing to but password, the label message, and I'm deleting the property of the label text. After adding these controls, now I'm adding the validation controls to compare the new password and repassword. Both must be same. Here, go to toolbox, validation folder. I'm expanding that one. Compare validated. Let's copy this one here and pasting here. The error message is passwords are not match. Control to compare, text new password, control to validate, text repassword. For color is red. Let's check the output, how it looks the designing part on the browser. Login.aspx page, Google Chrome. The email ID is charan@gmail.com, password is 1234, login. Now here is the designing part after we adding the text box controls and button control. Now my first target is the new password and repassword and the button control. I make disable until the user enter the old password is correct. Then only the controls will be enabled. Otherwise, the new password, repassword and button control will be disabled only. Let's switch back to the coding part. We'll write the code. Stop debugging. Welcome.aspx page. Go to design mode. Double click the old password text box control. And here we got the text box event. String main con is equals to configuration manager.connection strings. Between double quotes, I am adding my connection string data source which I have stored in the web.config file. This one, copy it, and pasting here dot connection string. SQL connection, I'm creating an object for the SQL connection class is equals to new SQL connection which takes the parameter of this main con. Copy it and paste here. String SQL query. The SQL query is a select statement. If the username and password both are correct, I want to enable the new password and repassword and button control. If the username and password are wrong, the controls will be disabled. Select start from the table name is the dbo.username. Copy this one, pasting here where the username is uemail is equals to single quotes plus plus and the password upassword is equals to at upassword. Now between this plus plus, the user email ID, when we are logging, I am passing the session variables which is the email ID. So the session variables I am getting in the label username.text. Here, welcome charan@gmail.com. So what I am doing, I am deleting this welcome. I just copy the master.label.username.text, copy that and I'm pasting here. So now here I get only the email ID. SQL connection dot open method, SQL command, SQL com is equals to new SQL command which takes two parameters. One is the command statement SQL query, SQL connection object. SQL command dot parameters dot add with value between double quotes at user password this variable, comma. Here the object we are getting from the text box control, which is text old password dot text. SQL data adapter SDA is equals to new SQL data adapter SQL command. Data table DT is equals to new data table SDA dot fill method DT. SQL command dot execute non-query if dt dot rows dot count is greater than 0. Here the condition is the email ID and the password both are correct. Then I want to enable the new password and repassword button control. Text new password dot enabled is equals to true. Text repassword dot enabled is equals to true. Button control but password dot enable is equals to true. Else, if the username and password are wrong, let's copy this, make it false. False, false, false. That's it, the coding part. But one important thing is in the source code, the designing part, enabled is equals to false. Enable is equals to false. And the button control enabled is equals to false. And one more important property is the text box old password we need to add auto post back is equals to true. That's it. Let's check the output on the browser. Login.aspx page, Google Chrome. And in the login page, I am entering the username charan@gmail.com. The password is 1234. Login. After I log in successfully in the welcome page, notice the new password, repassword and button control are disabled. When I enter the old password is correct 1234, and I click tab, see the new password and repassword and button control are enabled. If I enter the wrong password again, I'm deleting the 4 and I click tab, see again the controls are disabled. Now the last part is we change the password with a button click event. Let's get back to the coding part. We'll finish the rest of the code. I'm stop debugging. In the welcome.aspx page, after h1 I'm adding h3 tag, change password, horizontal line. Go to design mode, double click the change password button, and here we got the button click event. Instead of writing again the connection string part, just for the time saving, I'm just copying up to here. Come to button click event, I'm pasting that one. I'm deleting the select query. Now here the string SQL query here is the update statement. Update, the table name is dbo.user_new_reg. Copy that one. I'm pasting here. Set password is equals to single quotes plus plus where your email is equals to and here the user email ID is master.label username.text. I'm pasting this one, and here I'm setting the password is the text box new password, text new password dot text. SQL command dot parameters dot add with value between double quotes at user password comma text new password dot text. SQL command dot execute non-query, and the last one I'm adding the message in the label message dot text is equals to password updated successfully. Let's copy this one. I'm pasting here also in the text box event. If the password is wrong, check the password. Now it's time to check the final results in the browser. Again, login.aspx page, Google Chrome. Login page, charan@gmail.com 1234, the password is login. After I log in successfully, now I am redirected to welcome.aspx page. Check the old password is enabled and the new password and repassword and the button control are disabled. Now I am entering the old password 1234. When I click tab, see the new password, repassword and change password are enabled. New password and repassword 11111, and the repassword I'm giving 5678. The new password and repassword both are not matching. When I click change password, passwords are not match. So I'm 111111 is my new password. Change password, and here we got the message password updated successfully. Let's check my table, the password is changed or not. Now the password is 1234. I'm executing the code. See, the new password is 111. That's it.